Hey guys, it's Annie. Alrighty, so some of you guys mentioned that in my mini greenhouse, mounds can actually do better. Well, I don't want to get filled of mounds once again. However, I do want to try it out, maybe just for the sake of experiment. I want to try out a mount in a mini greenhouse, which is very, very humid, and I want to try out a full inorganic mount. And this full inorganic mount will be comprised from a clay slab. As you can see, I used this in the past. I like it, it retains a lot of water. However, it still needs water at least every 2 days. The good thing about it is it does not decompose, so you can keep orchids mounted on something like this for a long time. Forever, actually. And also, instead of sphagnum moss, I'm gonna use some synthic, which again does not decompose because it is a synthetic material. I'm starting to think it's microfiber, maybe. Not really sure. Also retains a lot of water, but I have a problem with the synthic, which I will mention in a different video. But on a mount which will be soaked very often, the synthic will be okay. And the orchid we're gonna mount is the Bulbophyllum Orchid. I was telling you he absolutely hates being left without potting medium, being left out to dry. So a very wet mount in a very humid environment should theoretically be okay for it. In the mini greenhouse there is also ventilation, so no worries there. It's not like a sauna, or a cool sauna for that matter. So what I'm gonna do first of all is try to dress this mount with some synthic. So the way I'm going to do this is just wrap the synthic around this mount, a thread of synthic to be more precise. I'm gonna leave bits of the mount out just to see it because it's a pretty mount. I'm gonna add more synthic maybe in time, and in the back I'm just gonna tie it because synthic is just like any other piece of thread. It looks pretty horrible, but nobody looks in the back, do they? Alrighty, so this is the mount ready, and this is the plant, and I think I will mount it like so. The new growth I have is right here, so I want it to have room to grow upwards. So I think something like this will be okay. And to make things even more invisible, I will use some fishing line. I don't know if you're able to see it on camera. So first, I'm just gonna tie it once around this mount. Make a little knot in the back, tie it again, and hold on to this tail, we're gonna need it. And then just place the orchid the way we want to mount it. There we go, this looks okay. Now just wrap the fishing line, make sure the tail does not get caught, and let's try to wrap the fishing line around the mount, being gentle, because fishing line can cut, so don't squeeze too much. Just enough to make the orchid stable. And that is about enough. And now I'll grab the tail that I left loose, and I'm gonna tie the whole thing together. And then cut the loose ends at the back, and we should be good to go. One more thing, always check that the new growth is not suffocated by any of the mediums. And as you can see, mine is slightly. Okay, this looks better, it's not buried. Okay, now since the materials I worked with were dry, it's time to give this orchid a soak, and probably this is how I'm gonna water it when it's gonna need water. I'll find a smaller tray, but right now this will have to do. I'm wasting quite a lot of osmosis water here, so I might just keep a tray just for her with her own little water, so this way I avoid spreading infection and I save some osmosis water. So I'll just let her soak up well, because this mount actually needs some time to soak up water. It can hold quite a lot of water, and I'll come back to show you her place in the new setup. And here we are, this is where she will reside. Oh, here we go again with the mounts. Well, I guess one is okay, and if it doesn't go well, I can always pot it. We shall see how the inorganic mount will perform. For those of you who can actually grow orchids mounted and are okay with watering, maybe this can be a solution to things breaking down every year or two. So I hope this gave you some ideas. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to see more orchid videos from me and stay up to date, simply subscribe to my channel. I post on a daily basis. Also, feel free to leave me comments down below if you have questions or suggestions for videos, or whatever you like to share with me. I always read my comments, and if you ever want to send me a letter, do so at the address you see on the screen or in the description below. Choose an option on the screen if you want to visit my website orchidnature.com or watch another orchid video. Don't forget to rate, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!